Good afternoon and welcome to the Senate Committee on Government Operations meeting of Thursday, March 13th, 2025. I thought the report, in case anybody was listening to our floor session from Senator Hardy from Addison, was really a cool memory.
It was an amazing moment of commemoration.
I almost asked it if he journalized, but I didn't.
You know what? I think you could still tomorrow.
Okay.
Because she has it written down.
Yeah.
But
I was here, so.
I was here.
And in fact, I believe then Senator Becca Balint and I were the only two senators that were in the building that whole session.
Oh, wow.
I never missed a day.
You never missed a day, and Becca never did either.
No, she didn't.
Yeah, you were our
And
two
someone
people.
had to be in the building, because
Yeah.
Speaker Kowinski was also in the building
Yeah.
to
Anyway.
run things.
Yeah.
There were a lot of things that I'd forgotten about, but.
I thought it just brought up so much, and those memories that were almost like slow motion.
They were.
But I agree with her. We pivoted so fast,
Mhm.
and our T staff enabled us to do that. And this committee, you and I, we did a ton of
Yeah, we
work
did.
to enable things. It was actually it was a very energizing time in a lot of ways for legislators.
Well, thank you for being that person. I had not realized that.
Yeah,
You and Molly Gray.
that's right.
Oh,
Okay.
Molly was here too. Oh, that's right. Because
She was
that's right. She was gaveling us in all the time.
We have two bills that I'm intending to vote out today. And possibly, well, let's just move through the agenda. So S59 is up first, an act relating to amendments to Vermont's open meeting law. Tucker, if you'd like to join us, I really appreciate your hard work on this. I forwarded to each of you earlier by email a copy of what I hope will be our final draft.
We have a print. Yes, yeah, I know. I have it with us.
Thank you for sending that, by the way, alerting us to it
Sure.
earlier this. That was.
My favorite.
I feel like I know what's happening.
Thank you.
I think I have it. But thank you. So I will, copy mine.
You can have this copy.
No, I think did I get two copies?
I did.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hoarding S59.
Just double check. It's showing the coverage side. That's the.
Oh, that's okay. I already have copies.
Oh, you did, okay.
He wants to be heard in transportation.
Yeah. So, I'll just ask again, Senator Hart will be reporting this. If we vote it out today, it'll be on notice tomorrow and up for action on Tuesday. So he'll have at least a few days to prepare for what will be his first reporting of the bill.
Exciting.
And we can either,
Yes.
not yet, but we're gonna have at least two.
Okay.
We can walk through the whole thing again, or we can just look at the underlined sections therein, or if you had a chance to read it, we can save time by, I think it's probably better if we at least walk through the potential changes here. So Tucker, if we can do it that way.
Absolutely. Good afternoon. For the record, Tucker Anderson, Legislative Council. You have in front of you the committee's amendment to S59. We're working from draft number 1.1. In section 1, I will first note in absence the amendments to the definition of public body that exempted the representative town meetings has been removed. This section, the representative town meeting exception to that definition has been removed.
This is to erase this.
Under subdivision 9, you have retained the amendments to undue hardship. If the committee would like, I can run through some of those modifications again.
Ready?
So we'll move into section 2, where there will be a few pieces that are new for you all to consider. Working on page 2 in subdivision A3B. This is within the subdivision that establishes the hybrid meeting requirement for state public bodies. So for those state public bodies that are subject to this subdivision, there is an exception for site inspections and field visits built into the new subdivision 3B. It states that this subdivision 3, the hybrid meeting requirement, shall not apply to gatherings of a public body for purposes of a site inspection or field visit.
Everybody happy with that?
Yeah.
Page 3, okay.
It's on page 2. Subdivision A3. It's line lands.
I don't have an amendment.
Okay, I'll make sure that you get a copy of the. Oh, you do.
Yeah.
Oh, right here.
Twitchy.
Yeah, sorry. I had marked out exactly. Gave it a freckle. All right, we're gonna move on to page 4. This is in subsection D, same section 1 VSA 312. This is the subsection that deals with the creation and posting of meeting agendas. This adds a new subdivision 3. It states that a meeting agenda shall contain sufficient details concerning the specific matters to be discussed by the public body. So the committee had requested some language, making sure that all public bodies are posting adequate information in their agendas, that the public is aware of what is going to be discussed in the meeting.
And I realize the word sufficient may be viewed as a sort of subjective sort of lens, but I think you did a great job. And I think the intent of what we wanted to do, what we want to prevent is some people getting an agenda that says Main Street. Okay, what does that mean? You're gonna pave it, you're gonna close it, you're gonna make it one way, what exactly are we talking about? Because people may or may not have any interest in that, but the more you let them know what is gonna happen, the more likely they are to at least make a decision about it. So I think this works.
And the term sufficient was chosen based on the committee's conversation around undue hardship, with the difference between what is a necessary standard versus a sufficient standard.
I'm glad.
Second sentence of this new subdivision language. For any meeting that may include an executive session, the meeting agenda shall state that the meeting includes a quote, proposed executive session. This is in response to the committee's request for some clarity around how executive sessions are labeled on meeting agendas. It is proposed. All right, we're all still on the same page, which is page 4, section 3. This is a series of amendments to the executive sessions statute, 1 VSA section 313. And the first one is very concise, precise, specific, and profound. So in the underlying law, there is a requirement that a public body enter executive session by the affirmative vote of 2/3 of its members present. This adds the words or include, so that this now reads that no public body may hold or conclude an executive session from which the public is excluded except by the affirmative vote of 2/3 of the members. So this was the committee's request that in order for an executive session to end, there has to be a vote of the public body. There is, moving into page 5, a conforming amendment later on to make sure that when we're talking specifically about the requirements to enter executive session, that we're calling out the vote to enter executive session instead of just having the vote, to avoid ambiguity or confusion. The final instance of amendment in this section is something that you already covered, which is a new basis for a motion to enter executive session, which is to discuss information relating to the interest rates for publicly financed loans. And another change, section 4, the effective date is shifted to on passage.
Senator Mihawski.
Were you also able to draft the 2 instances of amendment that so VLCT asked for 3, but 2 of them I thought I had requested go in this.
Can you?
They were
refresh
the
my-
meeting minutes,
The meeting minutes.
approval,
I think I
circle.
inadvertently skipped past that, but yes, call the committee's attention to page 3. This is in subdivision A6. there are 3 words that are struck in subdivision A of A6. Those words are approval and official. So this now states that a public body of a municipality shall record in audio or video form any meeting of the public body and post a copy of the recording in a designated electronic location for a minimum of 30 days following the posting of the minutes, not the approval and posting of the official minutes. So it gets rid of the requirement for approval and for official minutes based on
Okay,
My copy still has approval in it.
maybe you don't have one point.
Oh, I do?
My recollection from VLCT is that they were looking for some more clarity and had actually asked that the language be changed to that they be posted within 5 days of the meeting. Is there a reason we didn't go that way?
the underlying requirement for posting of minutes is 5 days, but we could add.
Okay, so
additional-
by just removing those words, we actually do what they asked us to do. Perfect. Then I know this.
So you don't have this
Happy to add language in the specific requirement, if that's the level of clarity that the commission would like to bring for.
Yeah, I appreciated the concern around like the approval and posting, as well as that some committees don't meet for months and months and months. But if this gets us to the requirement that the recording be posted within 5 days of the meeting, I'm fine with that.
And to bring the committee back to its work on this, that specific language around approval and official minutes all came from concerns that were brought to the committee about the fact that there are practices out there for certain public bodies to actually post draft minutes
Right.
within that 5-day period and then hold their official meeting later to approve those minutes. If that is no longer the case for the public bodies of the state and municipal governments, then the language is struck and they can post within the 5-day period.
So again, I'm not sure what happened. Maybe I printed this out early enough this morning that, okay,
I don't want to get into the sausage making, but we
No,
were
that's okay.
drafting together live and you may have
Okay.
a copy that was prepared before we started adding to the sausage.
so the struck words are approval and, is that correct?
Here, so it's gonna be following the, so approval is struck
Mhm.
and then official is struck.
Okay,
approval and struck.
That is true, approval and.
yes. Okay. Phew. I thought it's. I was reading.
I don't see it. And I missed it because I was looking for actual
Yeah.
addition language, not subtraction.
Removal.
Sometimes it's good to subtract for.
Is everybody okay with what we've done?
Yes.
Does anyone want to suggest any further changes before we vote it out? And again, as I'm sure Senator Hart will ask Tucker for a section by section of this and any help he can get on the floor on Tuesday. Because there's no money in here, so it's not going to go to finance or pros. So it'll, now we may get jammed up with the number of bills that we're going to be dealing with next week. I mean, there's an outside chance that if we get this to upstairs a little bit later, it may get pushed even one more day, or if you're not ready, you can go to the Secretary of the Senate's office and say, I want to pass over that bill.
You can just
No,
have.
I think I'll be ready.
Okay.
Wednesday. And then if they get moved over to Wednesday, I'll be ready on Wednesday. So whatever.
Okay.
Are you
I'm
ready
just
for
trying to
motion?
make sure that you're comfortable.
I'm
Are you
feeling
ready?
very comfortable, and I'm sure Tucker will help me in person. So. It's the first time ever, so it's my rookie.
Okay, I would move that we vote out that we positively support draft 1.1 of S59.
This, just again, for your education, is a strike all bill.
Mhm.
So what we have gotten as introduced, we completely, I don't say flushed it, but we've amended to the extent that it's easier to talk about a strike all than it is to keep adding amendments to it, so.
We consider this a committee bill, correct?
No.
Yeah,
Oh, is it now? It still had a number.
Yeah. It's got a.
It's just a strike all amendment to S59.
It is a committee report.
It's now.
Oh, committee report, but it's not a committee bill. It's
not a
committee.
committee. No, it's still S59.
Correct. Okay. So.
Okay, so the motion's been made and, we don't really need a second, but if somebody wants to second, that's fine. Okay, I'll second it. Okay. We'll go to the vote.
Okay, I'm gonna put today's date, which is the.
13th, the birthdays of Ruth Hardy and Richie Westbrook. And there's taking the lieutenant governors.
Okay, Senator Clark's.
Yes.
Senator Hurd, yes. Senator Bydowski,
Yes.
did I say that right?
Oh, Steve, like, oh, city, oh.
Senator White
Yes.
and Senator Colomar.
Yes. And you are the reporter.
Yeah.
You'll take the original bill along with the vote upstairs at your leisure. Hopefully by the end of the day,
Or it won't be on the.
or it won't be on the ballot. And, then be ready for your first report. It'll be fun.
That's exciting. You have cheerleaders behind you.
I'm gonna need it.
No, it'll be fun.
So here we go. So we're
You
good on
are
this.
well equipped.
So I'll just take that.
You have to take this with the bill.
Not right now.
Not today. Right?
No,
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 Tell them today, just not right now.
this
at the
second.
break,
Oh, I have to break,
at
yes.
the break.
Only have a break. Okay, so that's great.
So I
Well
see,
done, Chair. One day.
well, thank you. I see we've been joined by the Secretary of State's office. Lauren, are you in any sort of time crunch at the moment?
I have a meeting at 4.
Okay, but if I gave the committee about a 10 or 15-minute break, because there is birthday cake that I rushed them down here to get at least one bill out, and
Understood.
I'm seeing some looks of